Hey guys, welcome back. This is a continuation from my very last video. I am still here at Kryengar Castle. In that video I was briefly speaking about waiting every 5 Paragon levels before you identify your gear. And I figured I would make a separate video to give you another quick tip. So since I have the information here, and what this is basically about is if you have particular legendary gear that you have acquired, and if it has specific cursed items on it or not, and which exact legendary attribute you're going to get. So for example, in here, I'm referring to chess pieces that I have acquired. So you can see that the one is currently equipped. Its legendary property is Swarm of Bats, damage increased by 10%, which is great. Now this one here, as you can see, this is the better option to go with because it has a double up arrows. Now its legendary properties is Shield of Darkness, Shroud of Night, now periodically conjures shadowy apparitions that grants shields to you and nearby allies. Now you'll see it's in gray because it means I don't have that equipped. I don't use that particular skill. Now some things to point out, the reason why this is better is because it has a higher combat rating. So the one I currently have equipped is plus 1194, and the current one that it would like to upgrade to, which is suggesting it's better, is because it has plus 1227 combat rating. Now it's not so much important to worry about the attributes because the system is looking at this here. This is what it thinks it's going to be better for you, and that's why it has double up arrows. Because the score is better. But here's the problem with that, and this is where Blizzard will get you. So yes, I will be getting a better combat rating if I choose this one here, but again the sacrifice is this. Do I want to sacrifice having a little bit better combat rating and sacrifice for getting rid of my 10% damage for my currently equipped skill, which is Swarm of Bats? That'll give me an extra 10%. Or do I want to just forget about it, equip this one, go for the little bit higher combat rating, and then this will come equipped with this legendary attribute for a skill I don't use. Now another thing to note here as well, as you may see here, now this one is also good too because it has a cursed property, but the one I currently have equipped does not. So this is something that you're going to have to consider yourself and to decide if it's worth it or not for you to do that. So you can see here, this is grayed out because I don't have any items that have the set properties of Ghosted. So if we come here, and if we look at what I'm currently wearing, you'll see the what I currently have for the cursed properties. I have Vexed, and this is lit up because I have 2 pieces of Vexed. You can see each one here, which has cursed properties. See, that doesn't have any. Do we have one here? Nope. See, that doesn't have one either. Our shoulders. See, our shoulders don't have any cursed properties. How about the pants? Do we have any for the pants? Nope, we don't have any for the pants. But you may notice here, these pants are good because, see, these have an invocation. And this is relative to your warband, because it tells you right here, causing an enemy loss of control has a 50% chance to trigger an ancestral invocation. Cannot occur more often than once every 20 seconds. Now again, this is not the main topic of this video, but just to show you what they're talking about for the invocation, it has to do with here. That's your ancestral tableau, because it tells you right here. You see? Where are we at here? And see, it'll mention here under the information screen, which is just right here. Now mind you, I'm on a PC, so if you're on a mobile, you should be able to come do this to access it from the same menu, but you're going to want to click up here and this will tell you. You see, so you have to read through this information on your own. Okay, but yeah, that's what that's basically talking about. So that's why in my previous video I mentioned that it's very important and it's highly suggested anytime you have gear, always come to Castle Kryengar and identify those items here with Livy, because your chances of obtaining a legendary item that has an invocation or curse properties is a lot better when you come here. Now, let's move on to the pants. Now, in this particular build, because I'm using Blood Knight, you'll see that I'm using the pants, which is Oversight. Okay, and that's because of the properties. Because you see here, for its legendary, the Swarm of Bats now also heals you for 15% of the damage it deals. Now again, the game wants me to switch out to these particular pants, but again, now it's good that it has curse properties, as you can see here. That's great, but look at the legendary properties. Mephitic Cloud duration increased by 30%. So again, we have to decide, what do we want? Do we want to sacrifice taking away our Swarm of Bats buff and go for the Mephitic Cloud? Or do we want to stay with that and we'll lose a little bit of combat rating, which again you can see up here at the top. We can compare them. You see here, my currently equipped pants will give us plus 1193, but if I switch to these pants, I will get 1235. And I'll get to this over here in just a minute, but I'm just showing you this as an example. Let's pretend we didn't have these pair of pants over here. So yeah, again, that's a choice that you're going to have to make and to decide what might be the better option for your particular build. Now do keep in mind, don't get confused. This has nothing to do with the Blood Knight. This is only just an example. This could be for any class. Okay. You will also notice too that it doesn't give us a mention, not equipped. That's because I currently have these two skills equipped, which we can see if I tap N on my keyboard. You'll see these here. I have Wave of Blood, Umbral Lance, Swarm of Bats, and Mephitic Cloud. If we go back here, we can see once again that's what these pants are talking about, because this has the legendary property of Mephitic Cloud. So we're going to get a 30% increase on that. Now, since I do have the same pants here that I'm wearing, this is where I am lucky in this case here. So again, we can compare the two combat scores here. The pants I currently have equipped have 1193, but if I upgrade to these same pants here, I'm going to be gaining a little bit of combat rating, which is now 1217. And the reason why that's important is because if we come here, you'll see my current combat rating is 1916, right? But if I switch to these pants here, well, now it's going to go up a little bit. So we just simply have to do the math. 1217 minus 1193, and that's the little bit of combat rating increase that we're going to get. Yeah, it's not a significant amount. It's better, sure. But the point of this video is you always want to make sure and consider very carefully the items that you're switching out to. Okay, because it doesn't make it very well known in the game to tell you what to do. You just kind of have to figure it out on your own with videos like this that I make. To try to give little tips when I can, maybe things that I discover. Now, you'll see this is also where it's a little bit confusing. Now, this is also a sacrifice. Now, you'll see that the pants I currently have on, they are the same. These are known as the Oversight pants. This one is going to have the higher score. The legendary properties will be the same, but you'll notice here now, again, this is a sacrifice. Here, I have the invocation on these pants, but they don't have a curse property. You see how I scroll through? There's no other curse property. This one does. This has a curse property, but no invocation. So again, you're going to have to decide very carefully what is the better options for you based on your particular class. So if we go to look at one of our other gears that we have on, we have to consider, do I have invocation on any of my other gears? See, there's no invocation here. So that's no good. Do we have an invocation here? No, that's no good. We have curse properties, so that's good. What about our shoulders? Do we have invocation here? Nope. See, no invocation, no curse properties. That's just a normal piece of legendary gear. Let's go to our main hand weapon. We have curse property here, so that's good, but no invocation. Let's check our offhand. What do we have for this one? You see here, no invocation, no curse properties, only the standard legendary properties for that. Nothing really special about that. Let's check our last two items. We have curse properties on this one, but as you can see scrolling through, you can read it for yourself. no invocation. Check the last item to see what we have on this one. Then we have curse properties. So as you can see, there is no invocation. What am I getting at? Simple. What I mean is, once I switch to these pants here, since I have no other invocation on any of my gears, which I just showed you, that means we're going to lose that now, because this is going to take it away. You see here? Only this has invocation. This does not, but this has a curse properties. Alright? So again, that's an option that we're going to have to consider. But the rest of this video is because I want to show you something, and we're going to leave Castle Kryangar, and we're going to go to Westmarch, and I'm going to show you what will happen. Now, this is very important, so let's take, for example, let's go for the chess piece here. Let's see. So this is something, again, I'll have to consider. This will be a good example, actually, because if you can see here, my current chess piece, I want this legendary property because I'm using that particular skill, but this is good because it has no curse properties and it has no invocation. Now, this is the one I want to switch to because it's going to give us a higher combat rating, and it's going to give us a curse properties, but no invocation, and that's totally okay. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to equip this, and it's going to give you this message here. We want to transfer it, and we're going to wear our new piece of gear now. Alright, so let's have a look. Here it is. We can see here, and we can compare it to the old one. Here's the old one I had on, as you can see right here. Its current legendary properties were Swarm of Bats, damage increased by 10%, which we no longer have equipped, which you can see here. Now we have this one equipped. And now, if I have the right purification shards, which is, they'll appear over here, but I don't have any to really show you, to give you an example. But let's go back to this chess piece. So that means once we have that, I can go to any blacksmith, and we could try to gamble and get the right curse properties that we want for this, which means if we want to change it, for example, to what I have here. Let's see, for Vexed, you see here. But I don't have those yet, so I can't do that. Now, the main focus here was also basically, what do we do with these items? Because, for example, for my build, I need this item here because I want this property. I don't want this one here. You see, this doesn't really help me out much. I want this. So what do? We're going to go here. We're going to exit. We're going to go to Westmarch, and we're going to go to the Essence Stall, and I'll show you what to do here. Now, if you already do know about this, then great. Maybe go ahead and check out one of my other videos, but if not, keep watching, and I'm going to show you what to do. So we're going to go here to the Essence Transfer, and this is what we're going to do. But now I also am making this video because I want to give you a warning about this.
Legendary weapons each have their own unique essences.
Be very careful when you're extracting the essence on your gears. So the goal is, what we want to do is we need to extract this, and we're going to re-inherit it so we get those benefits back again. But here's the problem. Anytime you come to the Essence Stall and you extract a piece of gear that has a cursed property on it, it will steal it from you. So, unfortunately, that's something that I guess Blizzard didn't really take into consideration. I don't know, maybe they did it on purpose, but regardless, it's very annoying. So in this case, what we want to do is we want to extract it, and we're going to pick the chess piece, okay? And we just need to scroll through and find it. So it's this piece right here, all right? We're going to extract it. This will tell you what we'll get out of it. We're going to extract it, and it's done. Now what we want to do is we want to come back here, open it up again, and now we want to select Inherit. We're going to select the chess piece. We're going to click Inherit. We're going to click the plus sign here, and now we're going to look for the same item that we just extracted. So you see, here it is. Here's the property that we want. We want to click on that, and we're going to click OK, and you're going to get this screen here. Now again, like I said, be very careful. When you click here, you can scroll through, and it's going to show you that here's your cursed properties you see here, but this doesn't have that. We can do a preview of them right here. Okay, well this has the curse properties on it, so pardon me. And we'll still have this. So let's see, we have ghosted on this one, and what does this one have? Oh, this also has ghost. Okay, fine, fair enough. All right. So anyway, all we're going to do is now we're going to inherit it, and you can see. And this is going to go through this, and it's going to give it the information, what just happened. You see here. Now what we did is we have our original item back again, but we have it now with the increased combat rating that was on the old piece. Now it's just simply put onto the new one. But the interesting thing is what I've found out from doing this in the past is anytime I've come over here, I don't know, maybe it's just I've had some bad luck. Every time I extract essence from a particular gear, it seems to have always removed its curse properties or its invocation. So I'm not quite sure why I didn't do it this time, but maybe I got lucky. So I'm okay with that. I'm completely not complaining. But yeah, so that is one way that you ever get a piece of a gear.
Let us forge.
And you need to keep that same piece of gear, but you want the higher combat rating from the new item. No problem. Just come here to Zamina, the essence stall, and extract it first by using the options here. And then once you're done, come back to the inherit. Click on the item that you wish to get back again, and then just go the same route like I just showed you. All right. And let's see what else real quick. So I still have these two options here. So see, now it's going to be the same thing with this one here. Now this one won't really make much of a difference because these are still oversight pants. So the only thing I'm going to be losing is, what do we have here? That has the invocation. This don't. So the only options here basically I need to consider is, do I want to keep the invocation or do I want to go with the curse properties? Again, it's really up to you what your personal preference is. You have to look at and see here how much more you're going to be gaining. It's really not a whole lot. 15, 20 increase in combat rating. It's really not a significant amount. But I think in this case here, the invocation is nice because it'll tell you what's going to happen when the invocation triggers. You see, you're going to have a 50% chance to trigger the ancestral invocation, and it can occur more often than 120 seconds. And again, like I said, we can find that information by accessing the warband menu, clicking on ancestral weapons, and you see right here. Now this isn't a completely other video, so you'll have to check my past videos to get some more clarification on that. I talk about that in one of my other videos. But you'll see here, this is the one I have selected. This is the one I chose, and you can do that by selecting here. You see? I have the option to pick which one I want. And this is exactly what that's referring to. This is the ancestral invocation. All right, coming back into our inventory menu, clicking on here, and that's what this means here. Okay? So we have a 50% chance for that invocation to occur. So if we don't like that, then what we're going to get on this one here, we will get this particular vexed curse properties. So as I mentioned, if you look at my current inventory I have here, see I have the vexed curse properties family going on. So I have two pieces. Once I switch to these particular pants, it already has that. Now I'm going to gain that property. So again, that's completely up to you. Again, this is just for informational purposes only, just for to let you know to look out for it and be very careful with what you select. And yeah, so but I think the best thing for me in this case here, I'm going to equip this one here. So you can see we'll do that now. It's going to give you this again. Everything is going to transfer over. There it is. Now you'll see some down arrows because we lose a few attributes, but sometimes it's a sacrifice. If we come back in again, click on the same one. Here's the old one. Here's a new one. You see now we have the plus 12, 17 combat rating. We scroll down. Now you see, now this is lit up because now we have 3 pieces of vexed. Here it is. And again, you can see here for yourself, there's no invocation because that invocation is on the old item, which is here. So we lose out on that option. But again, that's something that you'll need to decide on your own if you think it's worth it or not. So I guess that's about it for this video. I truly hope that this has been in some way helpful to you. If it has, please do give a thumbs up. And please don't forget to subscribe so that way you can be notified of any of my future videos that come out. And guys, that's it for now, and look forward to seeing you in the next video, and thanks again for watching.